They say he was receptive to their concerns, but they feel like they left with more questions than answers. This all began last night with a call to a domestic dispute.
I would expect to see torn blinds, lamp knocked over, tables and glasses. I don't understand.
James Gilbert is a man with many questions about why his brother, 52-year-old Ramel Henderson, died after being restrained by police.
Carabiner is closed and locked.
Once I'm secured in the harness, Perry signals for Copter 1 to return for the pickup. The crew chief, positioned at the top of the hoist, helps guide the pilot in. And within a few moments, we are hooked on and in the air. Still windy out here tonight, and of course windy enough today to bring down this massive eucalyptus tree, 100 feet tall, and this is part of what it did. This is one of two cars that were hit by this tree. Now this vehicle happened to have two young women inside.
Now live with a look at the worldwide coverage this concert is getting, Jim.
Yes, Esther, it was more like a Britney sighting than an actual Britney performance. Folks inside say it only lasted for about 10 minutes, and then we were actually in the right spot here, got a very quick glimpse of her. Take a look. This is Britney Spears exiting the theater just about 10:15 or so, and apparently the show starting just after 10 o'clock. A testament to the president's conviction against the drug cartels is the fact that there are some 2,000 federal troops stationed in Tijuana and around Baja California tonight. Thousands of others in 9 other Mexican states. Esta, I've got my I'm a Homer fan, part of the swag they handed out tonight, all that promotional material. We spoke with Cynthia in a visiting area where we were separated by glass. We spoke to her through a phone, and one of the first questions I asked her was about her reaction to hearing that guilty verdict. You recall yesterday many people saying it didn't appear that she reacted at all, but here was our conversation on that regard. What was going through your mind when you heard guilty?
I almost passed out.
Yeah, Esther, it was no accident. It turns out that these two men were stabbed to death. Now, we're standing at the top of the driveway that leads down to where this crime apparently happened. You can probably make out the American flag down there. That is where the duplex is located. Autopsies on the two men were performed today, but their identities have not been released, though we do now know they were both white males in their 50s. And today, we spoke with a man who shares that duplex. Saturday night, when a 20-year-old Lance Corporal in the Marine Corps walked in this door with a handgun demanding cash, but the night would not go as planned.
Was afraid he's gonna kill us.
There's like lots of, it looked like violence, but it's magic violence.
And if it's magic violence, come on. I mean, everybody likes magic violence. That little girl, by the way, was able to get in because she was part of a military family that actually got to see it earlier today, and we won't give it away, but overall, reviews have been very positive. It's been an exciting day, and I have my membership card to the Slytherin House, which I'm very proud of. For right now, Jim Patton live in Mira Mesa. Let's send it back to you.
Jim.
Yeah, Esther, it was no accident. It turns out that these two men were stabbed to death. Now, we're standing at the top of the driveway that leads down to where this crime apparently happened. You can probably make out the American flag down there. That is where the duplex is located. Autopsies on the two men were performed today, but their identities have not been released, though we do now know they were both white males in their 50s. And today, we spoke with a man who shares that duplex.
I'm scared, because who knows what could happen. Well, why would anybody do what they did?
The question suddenly haunts 66-year-old Doroteo Nahar Jr., who has been living a simple life at the end of a dirt road atop a hill in Skyline.
Nobody bothers me, nothing. I live comfortable.
Doroteo lost his leg last year to diabetes and says his pleasures, and admittedly his vices, include pouch tobacco and coffee. He never imagined his peaceful world could be so shattered.
Sad. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. It shouldn't have happened.
On Tuesday, in the upstairs unit from his own, the bodies of two white men, believed to be in their 50s, were found stabbed to death in separate rooms.
Frank just brought him in, I guess because he lived by himself.
Doroteo believes the men moved in about a month ago, sharing the unit with the primary renter, a man in his 70s named Frank. Frank has been in the hospital the past week, and the bodies were discovered by family members.
I didn't hear no noise, no yelling, no nothing.
Doroteo says the walls are thin, and he usually hears his neighbors just walking around. But he can't recall any commotion that might be related to the murders. Now black fingerprint powder mars his neighbors' doors in the search for suspects. And there's lots of clutter, including old Halloween characters by the doors and windows. There's also this scribbled message appearing in reverse on the closed blinds of one window. It reads, "You guys are stupid little idiots," with the smaller note, "Dumb jerks."
I just hope they don't come back because it's scary, very scary.
Now, there is no word on whether or not that message, which seems rather bizarre considering what happened, has anything to do with the stabbings. Meantime, we know that the van that was missing from here that belongs to Frank, the main renter, has been found in Encinitas. It was found along the 3000 block of Manchester in a rather remote area, though investigators say they were hoping they might find clues inside, and they did not. They're asking anyone at this time who might have some information to give them a call. Their number, 619-531-2293. Reporting live from Skyline, Jim Patton.
Joins us now live with a look at the worldwide coverage this concert is getting. Jim.
Yes, Esther, it was more like a Britney sighting than an actual Britney performance. Folks inside say it only lasted for about 10 minutes, and then we were actually in the right spot here, got a very quick glimpse of her. Take a look. This is Britney Spears exiting the theater just about 10:15 or so, and apparently the show starting just after 10 o'clock. And we understand she just did the 3 songs. We'll talk with Ruben in just a minute to get the lowdown on what the performance was like. But there you have it. She was whisked away onto her bus and is on her way, we assume, back to L.A. at this very moment. Now, as we told you, aside from a performance by Britney Spears, this has been a tremendous media event. All the local stations here, of course. Stations from Los Angeles here, MTV is here, E! Entertainment is here, and X17 Online is here. They are a website. They call themselves a Paparazzi Online, and while they were watching the crowds line up, they were webcasting all over the world this presentation tonight. While they were doing that, we were talking to them.
She's probably, I would say, a lot of people's favorite on our X17 Online. So we're really rooting for Britney through all of her, turbulence the last few months. We're rooting for Britney to come back tonight strong and show how good she can persevere.
And that was a quasi-surreal moment for me. It's the first time I've interviewed somebody while they were pointing a camera at me, so that was quite interesting. And then they said the inside, I guess dirt you'd call it in the paparazzi world, was that when Britney was driving down on the bus down to San Diego, she actually was pulled over, her bus was pulled over for speeding, but they did not get a ticket. CHP was kind to them. Ruben Galvan is here. Ruben, good to see you.
It's good to see you, Jim. Let me tell you, it's a media frenzy, as you mentioned earlier, but she did her thing tonight. I promise you, she did her thing tonight.
All right, and we're getting lots of reaction from local folks here tonight. We'll have that for you on Fox in the Morning tomorrow. You have to get over that tomorrow, don't you?
Yes. And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have the exclusive American Idol vocal coaches tomorrow live on Fox in the Morning with Ruben. That's right, at Tower 23 in Pacific Beach, so you don't want to miss it.
All right, thank you, Ruben. Our own Ruben Galvan, who just does not need any sleep at all. He'll be on Fox in the Morning tomorrow morning, so look for more on all of this. Hoop Blog there tomorrow. Reporting live from the House of Blues, Jim Patton, Fox 6 News.